Hello my friends, this is Moonday and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here, I really appreciate you. And in today's reading, as you can probably tell by the title, we are going to ask the cards, what do they like about you? And it could be about basically anyone. It could be about your crush, about your friend, about your co-worker, about a group of people as well as what do they like about you in general, that group of people, for example. So we are going to see. I don't know what is in the cards. I always say that I never cherry pick the cards, just whatever should be there, it's going to be there. So yeah, what else I wanted to say? Same old, same old. So this is the general reading, not everything is going to resonate with you, so please keep that in mind and take whatever does resonate with you and simply leave the rest. And if you're not a fan of this kind of videos, you can always click off of it and find a content that you will enjoy much more. Also, all the useful info about where to find me or how you can tip me for this reading or for any other reading are going to be in the description box down below, so please don't forget to check it out as well. And the timestamps are also going to be in the description box down below. Yes, so for those of you who don't know how do these kind of readings work, we've got 3 groups of cards. This is going to be the group number 1 with the Citrine stone, group number 2 with the Sodalite, and group number 3 with the Rose Quartz. So you can pause this video right now, you can meditate on your choice, you can use a pendulum, you can choose by number, by stone, by whatever is calling out to you the most, and then whenever you're ready, just simply go to a timestamp and you will be able to enjoy your reading, hopefully. So yeah, thank you once again, and I'll see you in a second. Hello group number 1, I hope you're doing well. So in today's reading we are going to find out what do they like about you, and them and they could be anyone that you want them to be. So like I was saying before, it could be anyone, your co-worker, your friend, your crush, anything and anyone. Yeah, well, also once again, let me remind you, this is a general reading, not everything is going to resonate with you, so please keep that in mind. And this is obviously the Citrine group. So I have decided to start with the oracle cards and then get any extra information from the tarot cards that I've got here as well, so for your group. So let's just dive into the reading. So the first one, we've got the Dragon Fire. In times of darkness I go within, my inner light is always on. We do have the action card, and we do have bring love into the situation with the new moon in Aquarius. So first of all, as you can probably tell, what do they like about you is that you're literally, your inner light is always on. They feel like they can come to you with any problem, or they know if they did have any problem, anything that they need to talk with someone about, they know they can go to you, that you will listen to them, but not just listen to them. You will most likely just give them a really good advice. You will most likely show them that this is not the end of the world, and you will somehow make them see the solution to their problem, the lighter side of the problem, the answer to their problem as well, or whatever they're worried about, whatever they're thinking about, because I feel like this person or people you're asking about, they could be, whenever they do face any difficulties in their lives, they might be going really within, in the times of darkness I go within, and I feel like this is about them. They do go within, but they don't have this inner light in them. So they go within and they might get depressed, they might get moments of, you know, just isolation, like self-isolation, when there's something, you know, when there's something worrying them, they don't want to burden other people, which is why they prefer to isolate themselves from everyone. And I also feel like very often it's you who is that person who can notice there is something wrong about them, and you will be the one who is going to be like, hey, everything okay? You know, you don't seem, you know, like yourself, or something along those lines. But I feel like also when they feel very sad, very worried, very troubled, when you are around, they just lighten up. You know, they might be having a really crappy day, let's say at work, and then you come to work, and you know, it's just like they feel much better just because you are there. So that's the first thing I'm like feeling very, very strongly. We have the card of action, and that is also like speaking kind of by itself. They do like the fact that you are somebody who likes taking action in their lives, you know, that you are somebody who is not just sitting on their asses waiting for things to happen to them, but you're somebody who is going to take the action because you want the things to happen for you and not to you. You want to be responsible for your life. You want to, you know, start doing things. You don't want anything to just happen to you. You don't want anything to just, you know, you're not waiting for things to happen. You're not waiting for, let's say, even the worst to happen. If you get a hint of, you know, like a hunch that something is not going in the right direction, you are somebody who is going to take the action to actually change it or try to change it. You're somebody who doesn't like you know, things collapsing. Obviously, who does? I mean, around you. But you're somebody who is going to take that action, but even before things happen. So they really like that you can very often prevent things from happening because you're thinking really forward, you know, and with your thinking like about the future, about what is going to happen based on the now, you just know what you should do. And this is something they really not only admire, but they really like about you. You might be also somebody who is very active in general, you know. You might be somebody who is into sports, or just even, you know, just going out for a walk every day in the nature. You might be somebody who is actually even related, you know, to like horses. You might like horse riding, or, you know, anything that has to do with horses. But I feel like, you know, you might be somebody who likes being active in general, who doesn't like I was saying before, just sitting on their bumps, you know, the whole day. Even if you do have like job that requires you to be sitting down, or maybe you're studying and you're sitting down most of the time, then you still prefer to, you know, just take a short break at least, just stretch your legs, you know, just maybe do a couple of squats, and you know, just have a small walk around, and then you'll sit down again, because I feel like for you it is a chore to be sitting down or be sat down for a longer period of time. You like things moving, you like things being in action, you don't like stagnation. And this is also something that they find really interesting about you, and they really like about you, because you're full of changes. I'm getting you might be also somebody, I'm getting, who is quite often bored with their looks, you know. So you might be bored with how you look, you might be trying new things, you might be trying new styles, I don't know, from the hair color to the style of your shoes. You might be somebody who is just not really stuck in one style when it comes to your own personal look. And we do have the last card from the Oracle cards, New Moon in Aquarius, bring love into this situation. So I feel like this card is pretty much linked to the first one, you know, because whatever situation you are in, especially if it involves other people, you know how to bring positivity into that. You know how to show people the way, you know how to like make people think about the bright side of the whole situation they are in, and they just, you know, change their whole perspective after talking to you about their problems or about their situations. So you're somebody who brings light and who brings love. You know, yes, I feel like a lot of you from the group number one is you're really like nature-based people, kind of. You love being outside in the nature. You might be really synced with the natural cycles, like even, you know, changes of the seasons and all the stuff like that. But you're somebody I'm getting that there is a little bit of spirituality based on the nature as well, and you're always somebody who has this natural also love and light in you. So that is what we've got from the Oracle cards. Let me see what else, if anything, Tarot has got to say, just to give us a little bit more information about what else they like about you. So we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, we have the Four of Wands in reverse, and we do have the Ten of Swords. You know what? Honestly, it kind of just only clarifies. I mean, not really clarify, but it agrees with what I've said before, because these cards are telling me just a few things. Like this Four of Wands, for example, is telling me like you're not somebody who likes being put in a box. You're not somebody who is like a typical John Doe or Jane Doe, you know. You are somebody who likes kind of standing out. I'm not saying that you have to be like extremely like a colorful, like a peacock type of, I don't know, punk person just to stand out. You know, you do stand out because of your inner light, and also because, I don't know, that love and light emanating from you. So you are not somebody that people can in general put in a box, you know, and label you somehow and just say, oh yeah, this person is a typical introvert, or this person is a typical extrovert, or they're a typical woman, typical man, you know, whatever, you know. So this is something they like about you, because they can't label you. Even if they wanted to, they just can't find the right you know, label to give you or to name you. They just don't know, and this is really interesting for them. And I have a lot of these very light-hearted emotions, you know. So when they see you doing something unusual, or just being yourself, because you're a very unusual person, they just smile, you know. They just can't help but smile. It's not because they're laughing at you, that's because they're just smiling to you. With this Knight of Pentacles, this is when, especially when, because it's in reverse, this is really, to me, agreeing with this action card, because the Knight of Pentacles in reverse is somebody who is quite action oriented and doesn't like to take a long time to make a decision, or to make a first step, or just to make like things happen in general. So you're not that typical Knight of coins who is going to be standing in one place forever, thinking about what they should do next, how should they play out everything, you know, what is going on. You are not like that, and this is another thing that makes them like you, I feel like, even more, because you're very action oriented. And we have the 10 of Swords, you know, and it is really confirming this card. In the time of darkness I go within, but my inner light is always on. So the 10 of Swords, it is normally the card that speaks about like travel, speaks about it could be like a defeat, difficult times, problems, you know, but I don't see it like this now. It's more like a confirmation to me that, you know, in the times of trouble, there's always, you know, you will always see the light at the end of the tunnel. You will always see the bright side to the situation, or very often you even know how to, thanks to your action, you know, and your forward thinking, you know how to avoid this very difficult situation and just escape from it and run away from it, so you don't have to really get involved in anything troublesome. So this is all I've got for you, group number 1, and I do hope it was helpful, and if you did like it, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. Also subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I try to post a new video every Friday. And leave me a comment, tell me how it did resonate with you. I love reading your comments, guys. And thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next reading. Hello, group number 2, I hope you're doing well. So in today's reading, we are going to ask the cards, what do they like about you? And like I was saying before, by they and them, I mean anyone and everyone you wanna think about, you wanna ask this question about. It could be your work colleague, it could be a friend, it could be a crush, it could be basically anyone. Also, let me remind you once again, this is a general reading, so please keep that in mind. And this is the Sodalite group, so yeah, let's just get straight into your reading. The first thing that actually caught my mind caught my eye, is that we've got a mermaid here, and we've got the full moon in Pisces. So there is a lot of this very watery Piscean energy. So maybe your Pisces sun, moon, or rising, or maybe that person is a Pisces sun, moon, or rising. There is just a lot of this watery energy, you know, surrounding you and that person or people you're asking about. So that is the first thing I wanted to say. So I have decided to go with the oracle cards first, and then any extra bits. I've got my tarot cards for this group, so they will just either give me extra information or just confirm what I've said before. So we have the I am as kind to myself as I am to others. We've got hostilities and balanced spirituality and practicality. So the first thing they really like about you, no surprise, is that you are kind in general. You know, you are a very kind soul, and they can feel it, and they do like it. There is a disadvantage, I would say, coming with it, but I will say that just in a second. So yeah, they do like the fact that you're very kind. You're very soft-spoken, from what I can tell as well. You're a very soft-spoken person. You're somebody who is very almost etheric, you know. You're somebody who is, at least to them, kind of out of this world, you know. They don't really perceive you as a real human being. To them, you're just like this, like a fantastic, some kind of creature. You don't really belong to this 3D world for them, you know. When they think about you, when they see you, like I said, as somebody who is just out of this world, in a positive way. I'm not saying that they see you as some weird kind of alien being, but they see us in a very positive way, you know. We also have this image of the mermaid, and with the Pisces, like I said, they might kind of see you as somebody who would actually fit into this world of mermaids and, you know, and sea creatures. You might be also kind of linked to water. You might be living by the water. You might be working by the water, or just loving the water in general. That's another thing. What else do they like is that they know you take a good care of yourself as well. They like that you're somebody who knows when they need to recharge. They like that you know when you need to take a few days off just to have this extra care. And they know you're not doing that because you're being narcissistic or anything like that. They just kind of feel, they literally can feel, I'm getting, that you need some time to recharge, you need some time to regenerate, because you're this very kind soul, like I was saying, even empathetic when it comes to some of you, like very, very empathetic, you know. You might be, what is the word I'm looking for? You might be soaking in like the negative energy from the air, from other people, from negative situations, you know. And you obviously need some time to recharge, spiritually, mentally, and physically from that. And I don't really know how is that a thing to like, but I feel like this is something they just really, really like about you. I don't know what else can I say. This is what my spirit guide is telling me, you know. It's my spirit guide is right now like, oh, they really like the fact that you guys know how to take a good spiritual care about yourself, that you know how to recharge yourself. Maybe that's because they know that if you didn't do that, you would not be fully yourself, you would not feel great, you would not be this delicate, kind person that they really actually like, and they admire, and they think that, oh, you know, it's cute, but not in like silly way, but it's cute in a very interesting way for them. However, the question for today was, what do they like about you? And definitely they don't like making you feel hostile or anything like that, but I feel like this card is very linked to this one, and this is something they don't like, because they know that very often you're very kind to others, you're very good to others, you have a lot of empathy and sympathy towards people, towards animals, towards nature as well. You might be really somebody who is very eco-conscious. You're somebody who might be, you know, even, you know, maybe signing like petitions, especially when it comes to the oceans, you know, not to pollute oceans, not to pollute waters. But they also know that very often, you know, when people find out how caring and kind you are, they will take advantage of this. They will want to take advantage of this because they know, you know, your soft spots, because you're kind of like, on one hand you're like an open book, because you're telling people about your emotions, you're telling people about what you really care about, but then on the other hand, you know, you're also in the same time very mysterious, because for this person it feels like they know you, and then in the same time they don't know you. They might have been, I don't know, working with you for 10 years, and they can tell, for example, what is your favorite film, what type of music do you like, I don't know, you know, what is your eye color, even without looking at you. But in the same time they can't tell a lot of things, and they just want to find out more. So I'm getting that this is something they just don't like, you know. They do like this part, but they don't like the fact that a lot of people will take advantage of you and your kind soul, because it's not like it's easy to manipulate you, but I feel like a lot of people are trying to play on your emotions, and they're trying to make you feel sorry for them, and this is how you kind of give in, and you are like, okay, I'm gonna do it, or I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna do it for you. And you know, that's because you can't really say no. So I for some reason I feel like that person also wants to protect you. Maybe they are doing that without you even knowing. Maybe if somebody is, I don't know, talking bad about you, they are jumping in and they're like defending you and your honor, because they just can't stand people like not being nice when it comes to you and your person. So they're kind of like trying to guard you and shield you from harm as much as they can. And we've got the balance, spirituality and practicality. So I do feel like you're somebody who is actually in a good balance, at least in their eyes. Because we all know, especially if you're a Pisces, that it's very difficult for us to, I'm saying us because I'm Pisces. It is very difficult for us Pisces to balance that, because very often we're either on one side of the spectrum or the other end of the spectrum. So it's very difficult to balance that. But that person, they feel like you are doing it very well, because you might be talking about like spiritual things. You might be talking about, I don't know, what vision you had in your meditation last night, or you might be talking about your very vivid dream from like a week ago. But in the same time, you know, you're very practical as well. So you might be like, you know, looking like a water nymph, very delicate, and then in the same time you might be somebody who is driving like a massive car, and what's more, you know how to fix it yourself, and you're not gonna ask anyone to change a tire for you because you just know how to do it. You're very practical. So in the same time, they do like it. I feel like for some of you, not for everyone, because they say very often that Pisces do have a little bit of problem with that, but I feel like you might be really good with money as well, and that is very practical as well. You might be just saving a little bit every month, you know, just to have this extra money just in case. You might be thinking very practical in general. You might be buying things like kitchen utensils, you know, you might be even getting excited about buying a new pan or pot, but not because it looks pretty, but because you know you're going to use it and you know how to put it in a good use. And basically, whatever you do, you're trying to also make it very practical, and also environmental friendly. I'm getting, I don't know, this is very this card especially is like shouting to me, you know, about the oceans, obviously, you know, and being very very conscious about the state of the oceans. I had a little bit similar thing with group number 1, but it was more about the earth and nature. For you, it is more about the water, oceans, and lakes, and basically, you know, rivers, just having a clean water, fighting for clean environment for water creatures and everything. So, you know, if you are like this, well done. I'm very proud of you. All right, so let's see what tarot is gonna tell us. So we have the Empress in reverse, and that is interesting. We have the 6 of coins, and we have the 6 of swords in reverse. The Empress in reverse, what is telling me? At first I wasn't really sure, but then it like really hit me just now. When we have the Empress in reverse in this reading, what I'm getting is that you're not somebody who lives in luxury, but that is because you choose not to live in luxury. And by luxury I mean like especially buying a lot of things. You're not somebody who is buying a lot of things. Maybe that's because you are very like I was saying, very environmentally conscious person. You're somebody who really cares about it. You maybe you might not be using makeup or anything that is harmful towards animals and towards you know, oceans again, and nature. So I feel like, you know, you're somebody who is how to say that, who would rather not look like a very luxurious, fashion-forward makeup guru, whatever, because you prefer to actually, you know, just buy things that are more sustainable. And like eco-friendly. So I'm getting a little bit that you're kind of like, how they see it is that you'd rather sacrifice, you know, your look, or just what you wear, or your makeup routine even, or things like that, just to make sure that everything you use is eco-friendly, or like sourced in a very sustainable way. And in general for you, what I'm getting is that your look is not the most important thing to you. So this is something they really like about you as well, that you're not this stereotypical you know, empty woman who has no brain, but and it's like all fake, let's say, with a fake tan, fake nails, fake lashes, fake hair, fake everything. I feel like you're more on the natural side, or at least you look like you are more on the natural side. What else is here is that I'm seeing you being very fair. I'm seeing you being very fair. You are not somebody who is judging people by their looks. You are not somebody who is judging people by their stories, by their past. You believe that everyone can change, that everyone should be given a chance and resources as well, and they will be able to change. It is a little bit idealistic in their opinion, that person's opinion, but still they do really like that fact. You're also somebody who is very because of your very kind soul, you and your empathy and everything, you would love to help everyone that is in need. So you might be somebody who is always giving a change to people who are, you know, asking for it, or buying food for people who are begging in front of the store. They say they have nothing to eat. You know, you might be somebody who is actually going to go inside and grab them, I don't know, a sandwich or a coffee or something like that. You might be also donating money to different charities. It could involve people, it could involve animals, it could involve, like I was saying, oceans, or like water, animals, saving them in general. You might be quite generous when it comes to that. You know, you feel like this is more important than let's say a new bottle of perfumes. So that is beautiful, and they really, I feel like they really like that about you, because they feel like this is very beautiful. And we have this Six of Swords in reverse, but in this case I'm getting that they like the fact that you're being very responsible as well, that you don't run away from your troubles, that you don't run away from things that might not be very easy for you, that you would rather stand up to them and think of a solution and just, you know, just do something about it. I'm not really running away from them, because you know, you can't run away from your problems. You can for some time, but eventually they will find you again, and it's gonna be even worse than before. So they do like that as well about you. Wow, that was a lot. Group number 2, and I really do hope it was helpful to you guys and you did enjoy that. And if you did, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. Also subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I try to post new video every Friday. And leave me a comment, tell me how it does resonate with you. I love reading your comments, and I just can't wait to see your comments, guys. And thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello group number 3, I hope you're doing well. So in today's reading we are going to find out what do they like about you. And by they or them, I mean any person you can think of. It could be your co-worker, it could be your friend, your crush, or even a group of people. And this is the Rose Quartz group. Also, let me remind you again, this is a general reading. Not everything is going to resonate with you. Please, please, please keep that in mind. So the cards we've got for you. Oh yeah, and first I'm gonna go with the oracle cards, and then I'm gonna see what else Tarot has got to say. So the first card we've got is the I accept I will always face obstacles. I know I have the strength to overcome them. We have all tied up. We have adjustments are required with the 3rd quarter moon. Well, this is kind of like a group that speaks of well, overcoming obstacles, you know. Like every card basically is talking about some type of facing difficulties, facing obstacles. So I feel like there is just one big general message for you guys, not like in previous groups I had like different things. But I feel like what your person likes about you the most is that you do have this inner strength to overcome the obstacles, to face them. You know, you're very brave when it comes to that. You're not afraid of, you know, things being like literally thrown at you. Whatever life throws at you, you feel like you know how to deal with that. You are not somebody who is going to let yourself be all tied up. You're somebody who is always going to find a way out of a difficult situation, of troublesome situation. You are not somebody who is like this maiden over here, you know, tied up, kind of waiting for somebody to come and help her. You know, she's kind of like giving us a look, being like, oh, you know, come on, help me, you know, you want to. You're not like this, and this is something I really, really like about you, because you're like action oriented. It's just very similar to group 1 in that case. You're action oriented. You're not waiting for anyone to bring you the solution to your problem or to offer you the easy way out. You know that life can be difficult. You might have faced a lot of things, you know, in life before. Maybe you've had a very difficult, I don't know, childhood, or maybe you had a very difficult past, whatever that is. But that kind of made you also stronger. You're a stronger person now, and you have learned that you can, I don't know, I'm just getting these messages like you know that you've learned along the way that you can only kind of count on yourself, and that this is what makes you feel, no, sorry, this is what kind of like makes you the way you are now. Because in the past you have had so many difficult things happening to you, so many troubles, problems, obstacles. And you had to just count on yourself. You knew that you can't ask for help. You knew that even if you did, nobody would actually come and help you with that. You had to adjust to the new reality. You had to adjust to everything that is going on. You had to adapt to new environment. Because I feel like even though your life could have been very chaotic, is that you have learned to acknowledge that your life is never going to be kind of very straightforward, and you will very often have to adjust to new situations. And I feel like this person you're thinking about, you're asking about, they have seen you doing this at least once before, and this is what they really, really like about you, that you know what kind of adjustments you need to make, that you know how to stand up to your problems, that you know how to stand up for yourself, that you know how to overcome all the difficulties in your life, that you will always find a solution without asking people for help, without relying on other people, without just telling everyone about your problems so they can feel sorry for you. You're not this type of person. And this is something that they really admire about you. Because for some reason I'm getting that you might not look like it, but you've got a very strong personality. You've got very strong morals, very strong like ethics. You're very ethical, yeah, when it comes to yourself, and you have very high standards towards yourself, but also in the same time towards others. Because you might be thinking that, you know, because you have been through so many things in your life and you have somehow made it, and you know that other people who didn't have this kind of, they didn't have to face this kind of difficulties, they can do it too. So you are very strong. And I'm getting a lot of determination as well from your side, and they can see that, and they like that as well. You don't give up easily. You don't let other people manipulate you. You don't let other people surround you and bring you down with their negativity. They can't do that to you. You have like a soul of a warrior. You will just not let things happen to you. Just like group number one, you might be like thinking, okay, in the past I didn't know how to deal with this or that, now I do. If anything like that was to happen again, now I would know what steps do I need to take to deal with that. You're somebody who's learning from your own mistakes, and once again, this person, they can see that, and they really admire that. Your strong personality, your determination, the fact that you know how to reach your goals, that you're working very hard towards reaching your goals as well. But when you know your strategy is not working, you know that it's a time for change and adjustment, and you will do that in order to once again adjust to that new situation. That is interesting. Let's see what Tarot has got to say. If there is anything more that we can add, or is it going to be confirmation? Let's see. We have a 10 of coins. Beautiful. We've got the King of Wands in reverse, and we've got the 8 of Cups. So with the 10 of coins, I feel like once again you're working very, very hard. You are working very hard towards the future, towards maybe the future generations. You do want to have a very successful family, but not only in a very materialistic way. You want to leave something behind, you know, when you go. You want to leave something material behind, maybe a big amount of money, maybe, I don't know, just something physical, you know. It is just something very like physical that people can use, that the future generations can use and use for good, for their own good, and safety and happiness and all of these things. You want to create this environment when your kids or your grandchildren or even your great-grandchildren will live a very good life, you know, like they will have maybe like a living conditions that you never had when you were their age. Okay, this is all I'm getting from this card. We have the King of Wands in reverse as well. If you're a female, if you identify as a female, or you don't even have to, but I know, like, I think most of my viewers, if not all of them, are females. So it's a little bit funny, but I feel like with this card in reverse, with the King of Wands in reverse, you kind of don't like the masculine authority very much. Maybe you don't really perform very well under like male bosses or you know, male supervisors. You prefer, if you could, you'd probably prefer to deal with a woman, or maybe you're even performing better if your supervisor is a female. You know, I do have a feeling with this that you don't really like that. You might be a little bit even rebellious when it comes to like men in general. You might be thinking they are the privileged ones. Obviously that also depends on the country you live in, sadly, because there is still a lot of countries and places that you go and you know, women and men are not equal. The men are like higher in the society than women. So, you know, you might be, if you're coming from this kind of background, that might be the reason why you are kind of like this. This person you're asking about, they see that. For some reason they like it. They find it adorable, not in a bad way, like adorable like a little puppy, but they find it, you know, something very unusual and adorable in the same time, that you don't let the male like authority step on you, basically. That you're somebody who is trying to, or is proving maybe even all the time, you know, that you're equal to them, and you as a female can do as good of a job as your maybe male supervisors or your male colleagues at work or your male friends in school. So they find it adorable, but in like I said, in a way they're kind of, you know, maybe secretly, but they're like cheering up for you. They're kind of like thinking like, yeah, you go girl, you know, show them. Yeah. So the other thing is that with this Eight of Cups, The only thing I'm honestly getting from this Eight of Cups is that when you feel something is not serving you anymore, and it doesn't have any like it will not bring you any anything more to your life, anything new to your life, any new opportunities, any new opportunities to learn something, you are going to leave that thing. You're going to leave that thing, that place, that people that are not serving you. They are not, I don't want to use the word useful because it sounds like you're using them, but I hope you know what I mean. It's not like you're using people, but the moment that you can see that you can't learn anything more from, I don't know, maybe a work position, you are going to look for something that is going to be much more suitable for you and your current skills, so you can learn more, develop, and the moment that you're going to reach that limit, you know, you're going to once again leave that because you can't learn anything from it anymore. You're going to look for a new kind of challenge, because I feel like you're somebody who, you might not agree with that, but very often I feel like you're bringing a lot of challenges or challenging situations upon yourself, because like I said, you are a fighter. You know, your spirit is the spirit of a fighter. Whether you know about it or maybe you disagree with that, that's fine as well, but your soul, I feel like, is searching for challenging situations quite often, and sometimes you might be even surprised that you get all these difficult situations in your life, but I'm getting that your guides are telling you, or actually they're telling me, that your soul needs that to step up a little bit, to grow more. So you obviously might disagree with that, because we don't like difficult situations in life, but this is something your soul needs to grow. Alright, this is all I've got for you, group number 3, and I do hope it was helpful. And if you did like it, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, please, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I try to post new video every Friday. Also, leave me a comment, tell me how it did resonate with you, and thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.